Hey there piglets, it's me, Brody, otherwise known as Porcine Assembly Line, and welcome to another episode of the Golden Pig Review Show. If you haven't seen one of these before, here's how it works. I pick 3 tracks from the week's submissions, I play them in no particular order, I give a little bit of feedback after each one, good stuff, bad stuff, anything that made me want to run into the bathroom and give myself a terminal swirly. Then after that, I pick the track I like the most and award it the Golden Pig Award, which is an entirely pointless award with no cash value or associated bragging rights. So it's just the kind of award you want to win. Got 3 great tracks for you this week, some weirder stuff and some more conventional stuff. Nonetheless, it was all really interesting and really enjoyable for me. 1 track from Australia, 1 from Lithuania and another from Sweden. So let's take a look at the first track. We're going to start our journey tonight with a lovely little instrumental track from Lithuania. It comes to us from Synthgirl I-Rena. I'm assuming the emphasis is on the I because of the way it's spelt. Check the description if you want to see how to find more of her stuff. The track is called Journey of a Hyperdrive Killer. And I'll give you a little bit of feedback on what I thought after we take a listen. Alright, that was Journey of a Hyperdrive Killer by Synthgirl I-Rena out of Lithuania. Good stuff. The track's really got a great groove to it and it builds quite quickly into it. In fact, everything in this track builds very, very quickly. You're never left waiting for more than a few seconds for something different to happen. Lots of variation and really solid variations. That heavy B section in the track, the guitar centric section, if you will, is really solidly put together. I feel like I'm feeling a tiny bit of a Rammstein vibe to the rhythm part of that. I don't know if that's if that's a good comparison, but that was what it left with me, just in the way that rhythm guitar was played. And the guitar work in general was really solid, as was the combination and usage of the synthesizers and the rhythmic components in the drums as well. So really solid musical work overall. The only thing that I would say as a negative, and it's debatable whether it's a negative, it's a really short track. It's entirely possible that this great pace that's built up just could not be sustained for longer than the time frame of this track. If that's the case, not really a negative. It just felt a tiny bit short to me. But overall, great track. Loved listening to it. Would love to hear more stuff along those lines. Our next track comes to us from here in Australia, from Melbourne in fact. It's from Error Command, which is the musical output of Matt Bissett-Johnson, who is a very multi-talented guy. He is also an animator and cartoonist. You can check out his musical work and the accompanying video clips by following the link in the description. The track is called Thinking in Tongues. It's off an EP called Breakfast at Lunchtime. It's a very difficult track to place. Very strange, probably overall the strangest thing I've featured so far on this show. But I enjoyed it. I'm not sure how many people share my musical leanings and my opinion on this one, but I'll put it on now and we'll have a talk about it on the other side. That was Thinking in Tongues by Error Command. Good stuff. We're really starting to reach unprecedented weirdness levels here. That's right up there for me as it's definitely the strangest thing that's been sent to me so far. It's chaotic, it's different, it's unique. I particularly like the synthesized vocalizations. I know they're quite difficult for some people to listen to, but if you follow that along with the video that Matt has put together for it, the words are just nonsense to rival Spike Milligan's nonsense poetry. It's very, very different. I also love just the dense atonal messiness of the whole thing. It doesn't follow any predictable harmonic structure or anything like that. It's there to confuse your ears, really, but still maintains an easy to follow groove, I feel. So that's good. I mean, if you want to say something, I'm sure other people would have some things that they would like to say on the negative side. It's not a track that's for everyone, and chaos, playing a chaotic style of music, is a very bold and challenging decision to make. I respect it, and I enjoyed that. Some people might not. It's not really a negative, it's just an observation, but you're not really, if you're making this style of music, you're really just doing it for your own enjoyment. I can't really put a solid summary on that one other than to say, great job. I am keen to hear more of your output as error command. Let's move on to our final track, and then we'll award a golden pig. Our final track for this week comes to us from Sweden. It's called Popcorn Brain. It's by a band called Pyrakite, and it features the talents of Dotty Blue. It's kind of a funky pop or pop rock sounding track. Very heavy emphasis on the strong choruses, but I don't want to give too much away. Let's take a listen now, and I'll give you my full feedback on the other side.
Pop, 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 popcorn brain.
Yeah. I love and I hate and I swipe and I wait. I'm late when I'm date and I wait for the bait. I fake my mistake and I'm caught on the tape. I laugh and relate and I try and debate. Before my first cup, just when I get up, sleep into my eyes, I'm there in disguise. I wash all my beats, it fills all my needs. No rest for my mind, in search I will find.
Popcorn brain. Pop all night on social media. Pop all day. Popcorn brain. Pop all night on social media. Pop all day. Popcorn brain. Pop all night on social media. Pop all day. Popcorn brain.
That was Popcorn Brain by Pyrakite out of Sweden, featuring Dotty Blue. Good stuff. Let's start by giving a nod to the moi right at the end. That's a great way to finish a track. The chorus, at the risk of sounding a bit cheesy, it really pops. It's a very strong chorus. I want to point out specifically that sort of rhythmic, almost half rapping singing in the first verse there. That just really did it for me. Really jumped out at me. It was very, very well done. It's got a great funky vibe to it, which is aided or built primarily by very, very solid work on the bass, and it is mixed quite well with the bass, quite prominent and at the forefront of what you're hearing, which is just essential for this sort of sound. There's a really solid, excellent rise and fall to the track, which kind of peaks on the troughs, I suppose. The downward side is that that airy section where that popcorn sample comes in, and a great pace. It travels along quite nicely, and also an abundance of very subtle and well applied variations. I was just pleasantly surprised as I went through all the little things. Each time I listened to it, all the little things that I just keep picking up with each subsequent listen. So really, really solid work on that front. The only thing that I could possibly say in the negative column is that maybe the choruses are a tiny bit too long. It is quite repetitive. But that being said, the song is built around that one very strong hook, that popcorn brain idea. Maybe it's not such a negative. To me, felt maybe a tad repetitive on that front. In summary, brilliant, catchy, funky pop song. Just can't stop listening to it. I keep picking up extra things, as I said. So, big thumbs up. Okay, piglets, it's time to award the Golden Pig Award. This week, I do feel that there was a clear-cut winner, and for me it was Popcorn Brain by Pyrakite. And I've got two reasons for this, and they kind of feed off each other. The first thing is that it is an intensely catchy track, well crafted and everything well put together and well produced, but without sounding overly like anything else that I'm hearing at the moment. The other side of it, the other element, and it feeds into that, is that it's extremely cheeky in its tone. It's quirky, it's upbeat, but it's also in your face and a little bit suggestive. So, Popcorn Brain by Pyrakite is this week's Golden Pig winner. Tell your friends. If you have some cool music, something different, something weird, or even something that you just feel is really, really well done, I really want to hear from you. There's a few different ways that you can get in touch with me these days. You can send me an email. My email address is porcignassemblyline@gmail.com. Check the description for how to spell that. You can send me a message on Facebook or Twitter, or leave a YouTube comment. Just let me know where to find the track that you want me to listen to, and I'll check it out, get back to you. Submissions generally run from about 8 p.m. on Monday my time, so about an hour after this video comes out, until the same time 2 to 3 days later. It really depends on the volume of submissions that come through. Sometimes I need to shut it off earlier so that I have more time to make my picks. Until next time, I've been Brody, otherwise known as Porcine Assembly Line, and please send me your shit.